Hey, Periscope. Here they come to flood the gates. Come on in. You guys are awesome. Carrie made it. They're like waiting. Busy mommy. Hey, Jill. What's up, girl? You may need this today. We all need this today. You made it on. You made it on. Chandler, Arizona. New CD is out by Elevation Worship. Here as it is in heaven. You guys got to go check it out. Hey, Rachel. St. Louis. Snow day. Man, we don't even know what that's like here. Is resurrecting me. Y'all ready? Ohio, Tulsa. You got in. You got in. I'll let you guys roll on. Okay, so I'm gonna roll with the info in 3 minutes. As you guys get on, Pensacola. Hey, El Campo. Third one in a week. Snow days. You're in. San Diego. Good afternoon. Why did the other guys start as soon as you? I don't know. Tell Dave and Troy to hold off. Iowa, Tennessee, Arkansas. Man, I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm excited. Okay. All right, so in the next couple minutes, because we're going to get started right at 12:05. Before then even. I'm going to get started before then. If you want to share, thank you guys for getting on and taking part of your lunch hour to hang with me, to learn so we can all get better at being us, right? So we can get better at being husbands and wives and better at being parents and better at just being people, you know? I know I trended on Periscope yesterday, which is huge. Fist bumped all of you guys because you guys are the best scopers on the internet. And I trended on Periscope yesterday. So some of you guys that are in here right now, I had 6,000 new followers yesterday alone. So part of you guys that are on here right now are from that group. And I just want to say welcome to the madness. Welcome to the party. Hopefully you guys get what you're looking for. What is trending? Rachel, if you go to like the people button on Periscope, it'll show like a bunch of the people like the to follows, like the highlighted Periscopers at the top. And I was one of the ones that got chosen that was highlighted. It was awesome. And yeah, it added 6,000 followers to the party, which is a lot. So you guys are fantastic. And I just want to say I appreciate you a lot. If you don't know who I am at all, but you followed me and you don't have a clue, you're like, who is this? Hey, Benjamin. I'm Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton. I'm a crazy chiropractor from Texas. On this scope, we talk about, I know Alyssa was on like the day before me. It's super cool. We talk about health, we talk about relationships, we talk about supplements, we talk about physiology, we talk about essential oils, we talk a lot about Jesus, we talk about parenting, all this stuff, you know, and we talk about a bunch of different things. So there's a little bit for everybody on here, and it all relates. And so hopefully you will find, like I said, what you're looking for. If you're looking for older videos, then you can go to the website, family-wellness.com. You can get on there. That also has the link to the YouTube channel, which is where I put all of the videos after this. So I don't use Catch, I use YouTube, and so you can get there from there. But also here's all my different handles on social media. You can find me on Facebook and follow me on there. There's my Instagram, Twitter. You guys obviously found me on Periscope because you're on here, and then YouTube. You can look it up there. Bam. All right. Let's get rocking. Green personalities. Green personalities. We are talking about law of focus today. We're going to talk about movement, importance of each. I'm going to give you some of my favorite quotes. Red personalities. I challenge you, my reds, red rubies. I challenge you to stay on the entire time and to take notes and to share this with 5 people. That's what I challenge you to do. Yellows. I appreciate you so much at working so hard at everything you do. And blues. What's up, my people? My people, my blues. We're going to have fun. Okay. Hey, this person's awesome. Block. Foul language gets you sent into the abyss with the finger. There you go. Sapphires unite. Hey, Kelly. That's right. Greens. Okay, see? That's my personalities. And I'm going to hit all of you guys and make sure that you all get fed. Let's get right into the information because I want to give you this. That way we can kind of talk through it a little bit. The Abyss button. Boom. Get ready. We had 6,000 newbies come in yesterday. They don't know that we like to use the Abyss button quickly in this group. So make sure you watch them. All right. So let's talk about the law of focus because I think this is super important. And it's different than what you think. Okay. A lot of times people equate the law of focus with what you think about, you bring about. And they get really weirded out by the whole like, ooh, what I think about I'm going to create and all that kind of stuff, because it gets kind of weird. We're not talking about that. You know, the whole like what you think about, you bring about. It's a real like overly positive mentality thing of like anytime you just think about something, then it's going to happen. And we all know that that's not reality. Okay, that's not the way the Father created us to be. That's not the way that He created the earth to be, and that's not the way it rolls. But the law of focus is similar to that, but it is physiologically and neurologically accurate to how we learn and how we get better at things. Okay, so here's what we want to talk about. Here's what the law of focus is. Here's what it says. Okay, the law of focus states that whatever you focus on is what you get good at. Okay. So this is different. The law of focus states that whatever you focus on, okay, whatever you focus on is what you get good at, okay? Now, the greatest thing about this law is that you choose. You choose. It's our choice where to focus. It's our choice whether we're focusing or not, for that matter, which is good and bad, right? You know, let's be real. But it's our choice in what we choose to focus on. So let's break this down a little bit, okay? Now, positive thinking is fantastic. It is the difference maker. John Maxwell wrote a book that you all should read. It's called The Difference Maker. It's short. It's a heavy-hitting book. It's amazing, and it's a really small book, but it talks about attitude, about the fact that like positive attitude and positive mental focus, all that stuff is really good. Okay, that's really good, and it is the difference maker. But it does not substitute hard work, and it does not substitute where you put your focus in. Attitude is the difference maker. It is not the main thing. Does that make sense? Like sometimes people, hey, Akron, welcome to the scope. Thank you for getting on. A positive attitude doesn't replace you working hard. It doesn't replace us doing our jobs and being good parents and being good, being good spouses. That's not what it replaces. Does it make all those things better? Yes. It is the difference maker. Okay, it is the difference maker. All right, but it is not the main thing. Do y'all see the difference on this? And I want to really go on this. Yes, by faith, by works. By faith they did this, but faith without works is dead. It talks about the fact that you can be happy all you want and you can be really positive, but if we do nothing, then we may not achieve anything. If we do nothing, then we're sitting there waiting on the Father to bring us things, or waiting on our marriage to improve, or waiting on our health to improve, or waiting on something to change, when we're the ones that are supposed to make the change. You know, what does God say? Like, be the change you want to see in the world? Well, when you take that from a Christian perspective, it's like, get out there and actively make that change based out of faith. Does that make sense? So with focus, okay, with the law of focus, whatever you focus on, you will get better at. You will get good at, okay? Let's take that in health. If we're focusing on our diet, like, let's just be like really basic on this, like, because we're making things too complicated. My whole job with you guys is to show you how simple all of these changes are, how simple each little decision is. It's just not easy to implement, right? I mean, like, yo diggity, yo doubt. I mean, like, it's not easy, but is it simple? Yes, it's simple. Drink more water, drink less junk. That's simple. Is that easy? No, because lemonade tastes amazing. And, like root beer is amazing. You know, like all that stuff tastes incredible. But is it better for you? No. So is it simple? Yes. But it is not easy. It's the same with everything else. So if we are focusing, talking about the law of focus, and we're focusing on, I want you to see something, we're focusing on our diet. And we're focusing on adding in more good things and eating more consistently, so we're keeping our blood sugar more steady. The more we focus on it, the better we get at it. Now, what does that mean? What does that show us? If the law of focus states that the more we focus on something, the better at that thing we get, it means that when we first start doing it, we're not that great at it. Like the first time, for those of you guys who've ever played a sport, if you've ever played basketball, the first time you ever grabbed a basketball and you tried to dribble it, what happened? You're like, and you're like bouncing it everywhere, and you're like dribbling it off your foot. You're like going off into the bleachers, and it's huge, and it feels all awkward, and you don't know what to do with it, right? Then the longer and longer you focus on it, and you focus and you practice and you figure out how to hold it, you figure out how to use your fingertips, you figure out how to dribble, then all of a sudden you're between your legs, you're spinning it on your finger, you're shooting 3-pointers. Do you see this? Okay? Hey, Edgar, you know what? You just tap the screen to give hearts, man. That's exactly what you do. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. So tap the hearts, tap the hearts, tap the hearts. So do you see what I'm saying? Like the more you focus on dribbling that basketball, the better you get at it because you are focusing on it. Now, what is the number one thief? The number one thief of that focus? Apathy, complacency. Okay, like complacency, apathy, that's the number one thief. Comparison is a huge thief of focus because you're bouncing a basketball and you're like, I really want to get better at this. And then you go, oh, and you look over here and someone's, like twirling a baton or they're throwing a football. You see what I'm saying? Like they're doing something different. And so instead of like focusing on the one thing that you either know that the Father has brought you to or he hasn't called you from it yet, then if you look over here, you leave this thing before you get good at it to do another thing. Do you hear what I'm saying? So let's take it back to health. Hey, I'm focusing on my diet. I'm trying on this. I'm trying to do good. Yeah, or like the comparison. Someone else has got it easier than me. That's so right. And so when you start to compare and you beat yourself up and you're like, man, I've been working at this diet thing forever. Like, what do we do? And like this person over here is like rocking the Instant Pot and they're just like making stuff up. That's so annoying. Well, that's fine. Make little steps to get better all the time and focus on it. Now, it doesn't mean you have to focus on it all day, every day. Here's a huge tip for you guys. Whether it's health, whether it's relationship, whether it's parenting, whatever it is, okay? Whatever it is, that's right, Rachel. Fear is huge because fear does what though? Fear will paralyze you and fear will make you stop when you should move forward. Fear will make you sit down and cover up when you should be advancing and when you should be standing up. Fear steals your joy. That's right. Fear keeps you back and freezes you, makes you weak when you should be rising up. It makes you sit down when you should be rising up. That's what fear does. That's right. Like fear, like if you take the acronym and if you're pressing into fear, it means you face everything and run. That's what fear makes you do instead of advancing and pressing in. All right. So if we're talking about the diet thing, it takes time for us to get better at this thing. It takes time. Cindy and I have been working hard at healthy eating and organic cooking or whatever. We've been working hard at this for over 13 years. I mean, like 15 years of us working so hard and learning and teaching you guys and you guys teaching us like every day. We've been in practice for 12 years. We've been married for 13 years. Yeah, we didn't get to where we are now on the diet things and the different things that we learned that we know in a day. We didn't get there in 6 months. We've been diligently working at doing better, changing things. Yes, that's exactly, Jennifer. That's why I wanted to tell you this. We've been working hard for over 13 years. Right? And we've been working together on it. That's right. Like really hard trying to do better. We've been working hard at our marriage the whole time. So all of these things take time. So one of the things that Satan gets in your head is that when you do it for a little bit and you don't do it well, you're just like, Satan's like, the enemy's like, you're not good at this. You don't need to keep doing this. Look, you keep messing it up just like everything else. You keep messing this up just like every other thing in your life. Look, oh man, there's one more relationship that you're messing up because you aren't good. That is a lie. You ready? I'm going to drop a mic on this. That is a lie. That is not the truth. The truth is that we're all a work in progress. The truth is that the Lord is bringing beauty from all of our ashes, and we're rising up in the middle of the ashes of defeat so that we can do better. That's what the song said. That's what this resurrecting song said. We're rising up. Right, Jacob Adamo? Okay, that was their word in Wyoming, was rise up. And that's the whole point. So this law of focus is pick something to really focus on. And like during the day, if you separate out your time and you really focus the time that you have on something to get better at that or to do good at it, like what would happen if we really focused our time on the kids when we were with them? I want to show you something. Okay. So I'm a big technology guy, and I've been, like moving to technology and putting all my schedules on there and everything else. And I realized, after I went to a Danny Johnson event and loved it and it rocked my world, and she's real big on writing down your schedule and being more specific about the time. When I'm huge on time stewardship, I'm really big on this. And I've even taught you guys this, and the teaching wasn't wrong. This is even more specific about it though, okay? One of the quotes that she says is, nothing can become dynamic until it becomes specific. I'm going to say that again. I want you guys to hear this. You hear this? You ready? Nothing can become dynamic until it becomes specific. Woo! Like our prayers, like our schedule, all that is huge, okay? So let's look at this. I want to show you our schedule real quick, and this is something that we're working on, Cindy and I together. I got a passion planner. This is called a passion planner. You can go to passionplanner.com. We love their planners just because they do all kinds of cool stuff in here. But any planner will totally do on this. But I want to show you exactly what my time looks like now. Because in each of these categories, then the time that we have, Cindy and I work really hard at focusing it in. Laser focus in each category, in each block of time, so that we can really do well with the time we have. You ready? This is last week. I'm going to show you last week's. There's Monday through Friday of last week. See this? Monday through Friday. You see how we like break this down? And then I've got like all the different things to what we need to do to move over here. To-do list, personal to-do list, business to-do list, focus for each day, like what I'm focusing on. But we literally highlight every single day exactly, so that when I'm in that area, I know that this right here, no, this is my whole day. This is more than an appointment scheduler. Get a drink. It's more than an appointment scheduler. This is literally like all the green times are when I'm at work with patients or when I'm doing consults or when I'm working online. The blue time is all of my quiet times. It actually goes above this, but this planner is not up as early as I am. So the blue times are all my quiet times and the times when we're like pouring in. See, this whole day is our day of Sabbath. Bible studies in the morning that I go to, stuff like that. Pink time is all my time that's specifically set aside for Cindy. Orange time is our family time with the kids. And then right here, this is like the yellow time is all the time for Periscope that I actually schedule out for you guys. So that's specific, because when I'm in here with you guys, it's hyper focus. Like it's laser focused, because I want you to get the most that you can out of 30 minutes or 45 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to waste your time. I want to steward your time. I want to steward your time well so that we can all get better together. Because if we get on here and I'm wasting your time, it's a waste of my time and your time. Do you understand? Like, I want this time to be beneficial for you guys because, you know, time is the only commodity that we can't get back. And so this is why I want you guys to really think about law of focus on how this works for every aspect of our life. Everything from the time that Cindy and I are face-to-face talking to each other, laser focus. And we can get more done in 15 minutes than we could in 2 hours of not being 100% focused. Like no distractions. When we're with the kids and we're in that orange block of time, we turn our phones off, we turn our apps off, we put them on silent. And from like 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we don't do anything except focus on the kids. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've gotten more accomplished relationally with our kids than in months. And we spend a lot of time with our kids, but it was always like, kind of like, you know, multitasking. Like, we're spending time with them and then we're doing a little of this and then we're there. No, like hyper focus, okay? So here's a concept that I want you guys to think about to like get a visual in your mind of what this is, okay? Now, this is something I want you to think of. You can actually picture this. Everyone's seen one of these. I want you to picture a magnifying glass, okay? A magnifying glass. Now, if I have this piece of paper, right? Let me grab a piece of paper. If I take this piece of paper right here and I walk outside in the sun and I aim it in the sun, what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Like when I come up here and I hold it, nothing happens in the sun. You know, the light gets in there and then, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing happens overall. Now, what happens if I take that magnifying glass and I aim it under the sun and I angle it down on this paper right here and I focus that light from the sun straight into a little spot right here? What happens? What happens to the paper when I take the light from the sun, which is already incredible? It will burn the paper, right, Jill? That's right. Leslie, you're right. It will burn a hole in here and it will catch the paper on fire. Because what happened? I took the light from the sun, all this light, that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it's not focused. And I take that light and I turn it and I focus it down and I put it into a pinhole size, then it catches things on fire. It'll burn your hand. It'll give you a 3rd-degree burn if you focus it. You see what I'm saying? Because you're taking this energy and you're creating laser focus. That's what we need to do with everything in our lives. That's what we need to do with our diet. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do with our emotions. That's what we need to do with our relationships. What would happen in our marriages, guys? The guys on here, I know there's less guys than girls, which is sad. What would happen for the guys on here if we were hyper-focused, laser-focused on our wives and what they needed every day? Me included. Like, what would happen in our marriages if we were hyper-focused on them and everything they needed and not what we were wanting out of it every single day? Like, for the girls, like, for the women, what would happen if those times when he's there, if you were laser-focused on what he needed or what the kids needed at that moment and really, really, really digging in, right? So much, I mean, like, there would be so much more connection, which is the role and the goal of every relationship. Communication is all about connection, intimacy, not being right. Okay, just awesome, fulfilled relationships. That's right, Jacob. Be huge. Okay, so think of that. Think of that magnifying glass. Now, I want to give you guys another quote. This is a quote that we have used for a long time, talking about focus and talking about where we are and being intentional. And the quote is, wherever you are, be all there. Wherever you are, be all there. Whoever you're with, be with them. Okay? Wherever you are, be all there. Listen, focus. Dig in. You know what I mean? Like when you're there, if you're at a class, be there. If you're online studying, be there. If you're with your kids, be with them. Be there. If you're with your husband, if you're out on a date with your husband or your wife, be there. Oh, that's sad. One of the new 6,000 new people following me after yesterday is wants to get sent to the abyss. Sorry. See ya. Like wherever you are, be there. Like just be there, be all there so that you can focus this energy that the Father is giving you. You can focus all this positive. You can focus all of these gifts that He's given you right to that person. Like you each have got all of these incredible gifts the Father has blessed you with. Like the giftings that He's given me. I want to be able to focus and laser focus and put blinders on to be able to take my gifts and pour into you, pour into Cindy, pour into the kids so that we're making epic generational change. I'm tired of not making change. I'm tired of wasting time. Okay, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of wasting time. The worst thing possible is to waste time. And there's a quote in this Passion Planner today. I love this. There's a quote by Michelangelo right here. I'm going to let you guys get a picture of that. This quote says, "There is no greater harm than that of time wasted." There's no greater harm than that of time wasted. That was in my quote this morning in my Passion Planner. And that's so right. It's the only thing we're not going to get back. I'm not going to get back those 7 years with Harper. So the couple of the years that I wasted with him because I wasn't being the dad that I should be, that slaughters me when I think about it and motivates me to never waste a second with him. There were 2 years in there that, man, I was more annoyed that he was getting in my way than me really taking every single second really important. It's gone. Those 7 years are gone. But these next 57 or 67 or 87 years I've had with him after this, then I can really, really press in. You can go to passionplanner.com and check this out, passionplanner.com. Okay, so here's my question for y'all. And then we're going to talk about movement for just a couple minutes. And I'm going to let you go. I'm just going to make this a quick scope today. Okay? Here's my question for you that I really want you to think on. Greens and reds. Greens, I'm going to give you this so you got some homework to really look at, and I want you to think through this, and I want you to really, really, really focus on this. Blues, come on, sapphires. I want you to hyper-focus on this for a short period of time, and then because the greens and the reds are more left brain, so I'm giving them this, but it's for all of us. You ready? What or who are you focusing on? What or who are you focusing on? Okay? I'm going to say it again. What or who are you focusing on? Yikes. Yeah. Sometimes you need to focus on you. Sometimes you need to focus on somebody else. Are you focusing on the Father? Are you focusing every morning on the Father and what He has for you that day? Are you asking Him? Show me what to do today. Give me wisdom on what to do with every